Act 5 of The Stolen Heiress, or The Salamanca Doctor Outplotted, by Susanna Centlivre. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Act 5. Scene: a prison. Pallanti and Claremont come forward.
Oh, Claremont, I swear by my malignant stars, death brings no terrors with it but for thee. The thoughts of thine and that I have involved in my sad fate, my best and only friend, sits heavy on my soul and gives me double death. My father's tears, whom now too late I know, pierced not my breast with half this killing grief that gnaws me worse than my Lucretia's loss, and like a vulture preys upon my heart. I was rewarded, called Lucretia mine. For such a treasure who would refuse to die? But thou art condemned for only aiding me. I am the cause of thy sad fate, my friend, hurried by me to an untimely grave, thou forced for him thou ever hast obliged.
No more, Pallanti. Why dost thou call me by the name of friend, yet think I could descend from friendship's rules? For so I must, should I repine at death, or fear to suffer with so brave a man. To die is nothing to a man resolved. Why should we wish to hold this mortal frame, by nature subject to such various ills, which first or last brings certain death to all? Were there no hand, indeed, but human laws, to cut the thread of our mortality, then we had cause for grief. But when we reflect, we only leap the abyss a little sooner, where all mankind must follow by degrees. The apprehension moves not me.
O noble constancy! After ages shall record the story, and rank thee with the bravest Roman youths, and melancholy virgins, when they read in moving accents, celebrate thy name.
What baleful planet ruled when thou wert born, that marked for thee this path of sorrow out? O ye malicious stars, when ye had stood so long the rude buffets of blind fortune, and now just as the pleasing scene appeared, in the moment when thou'rt found of noble birth, and wed to thy long-wished-for bride Lucretia, then to snatch thee hence is twice to kill thee. O, it is the mockery of spiteful fates, when we with labour reach the aimed-at wish, straight this unstable fairy world removes. We die, or are dashed back again to what we were.
Enter Eugenio and Lucretia.
Faithful Heiress, how shall I reward thee? Ha! See where stands Pallanti and his friend. Oh, lead me, Heiress, quickly, lead me back, else I shall grow a statue at this sight. Not all the frightful noise of chains we passed, and meagre looks of wretches in despair, are half so terrible as this.
My Lucretia, art thou come to take thy last adieu, and bless my eyes before they close forever?
Ah, Pallanti!
What? No more? Give thy labouring sorrows vent, that like convulsions heaves thy snowy breasts, and struggles for a passage to thy tongue.
Oh, I had died or seen this fatal hour, but this good man pursued with care my steps, and stopped my hand, which else had given the blow, when first I heard the sad and dreadful news, that thou, Pallanti, wert condemned to die.
Still, all I ask is, that you would have patience. Out the court where Lord Euphemus is, now begging for his son, in hope to bring you happiness.
Exit Eugenio.
Fly, Heiress, fly, and bring us instant word. Oh, my aching brain is near distraction, for much I fear there is no help for me.
Yet I rejoice in this, I am found of noble birth, that in succeeding ages, when this act with all its circumstances shall be told, no blot may rest upon thy virgin fame, no censuring tongue reflect upon thy choice, and say thy husband was a wretch unknown, and quite unworthy of Lucretia's arms.
What comfort's in this late discovery found? Will the greatness of thy race protect thee? Virtue and every good was thine before, yet the cruel powers are deaf to all my prayers. Nor will thy merit plead with angry heaven toward the stroke and save thy precious life. O greatness, thou vain and vaporous shew, that like a mist dazzles the eyes of men, and as the fogs destroy the body's health, that poisons deep and gangrenes in the soul, but seldom's found to assist the virtuous man, thou wert as dear to these desiring eyes before, and honoured full as much in this poor heart. Oh, I could curse the separating cause, and wish Lucretia never had been born.
Be calm, my love, my everlasting dear. Cease to lament, and give thy spirits ease. Oh, hear me, heaven, and grant my last request. May health, long life, and every bliss beside conduce to make Lucretia happy still. Let nothing fall to interrupt her joy, but make it lasting as you make it great. Grant this, and I to rigorous destiny submit with pleasure.
Long life? No, rather wish me sudden death to rid me of my cares, and that way give me ease. Ha! I'm seized with an unusual terror. Fear and horror swim in shades of night around. How sad and dreadful are these prison walls! Thy voice seems hollow too, and face looks pale. Oh, my Palante! My heart throbs as if the strings of life were breaking.
A bell tolls within.
Hark! Hark! Oh, 'twas this that it foretold? O earth, hide me in thy unfathomed womb, to drown the call of fate, this dismal bell.
Madam, be patient, add not to his misery. For whilst he sees you thus, his soul's unfit for aught but earth. The approach of death is near. A little time is necessary now to calm his mind to suffer like a man.
Oh, heaven help me!
Faints.
Oh, she is dying. Do not thus rend my soul with grief.
Enter an officer.
Gentlemen, this bell gives warning that within half an hour you must prepare to die.
'Tis very well. We shall be ready. Canst thou conduct this lady to her father's house?
Stand off, and touch me not. No, I will stay with thee. Do not push me from thee, my dear Palante, for I shall die apace, and go before.
The officers all wait to conduct you to the place of execution.
We come now, friend. When shall we meet again?
The blessed powers can tell in heaven sure.
Oh, all ye maids that now are crowned above, did any feel like me, the wrecks of love? By tempests torn from my dear husband's side, and made a widow when I'm scarce a bride.
Scene: the governor's house. Enter Governor and Count Piro and Lord Gravello.
This is strange Palante should be found, the Lord Euphemie's son. But fear not, nephew. The law has passed, and he shall suffer.
I urge still, my lord. She was my promised wife. Her father so designed her. Had he then been known Euphemie's son, I urge that— speak, my good father.
My lord, I had. Yet let me own, I rather wish the unknown Palante had suffered for my daughter, than the son of one, who, though my foe, I must acknowledge great and brave.
So would I, my lord. But there's no fence for accidents. I do expect to be beset with prayers and tears, but all in vain. See where he comes.
Enter Euphenes and Alfonso.
Behold, Lord Governor, my aged knees are bent to thee. 'Tis in thy power to wrest this heavy judgment of the law. Suspend it at least, till the king shall hear the cause, and save my son.
Rise, Euphanes. Your speech carries a double meaning. You pray and threaten with the same breath. We are not to be frightened, lord. The laws of Sicily have had their course. Your son falls by them.
Oh, mistake me not. I am as humble as your pride can wish me. But give me leave to speak, though 'tis my hard fortune to offend. Let me, the anguish of my soul, deliver to that injurious lord, the father of Lysanders, or by the more known name, Palante's wife. Hard-hearted man! Hadst thou no other way to wreak thy cankered and long-fostered hate upon my head but this? Thus cruelly, by my son's suffering, and for such a fault as thou shouldst love him rather. Is thy daughter injured by this marriage? Is his blood base? Or can his now rising fortunes know an ebb? This law was made to restrain the vile from wronging noble persons by attempts of such a kind. But where equality meets in the match, there is no crime. Or if there is, forgive his youth, and have pity on him.
Euphanes, you wrong your virtue. When you'd save a criminal, the law condemns. Though the righteous judgment falls upon your son, and your appeal shall come too late.
Then you have set a period to a loyal house and family that have been props of the Sicilian crown, and with their blood in wars have won many an honoured field. I can spend no more in tears. I'll spend the sad remnant of my childless age, and only wish to rest in the grave together.
Hear me, thou governor, not kneeling, but erect as old age and slavery has left me. This noble Sicilian youth was lost in defending Sicily from the famed fortress which beat back 1,000 times invading foes and sunk him in the working seas. From thence the child was ta'en, and must he 'scape the hazards of the rolling waves, rocks, tempests, pirates, and ignominious fate to perish in his native isle? O barbarous usage, stop yet at least his judgment, and let this poor old man see once again his dear Pallanti. For that I'll bow my stubborn knees, and ask the blessings, as I importune heaven.
Oh, my lord, let my unhappy son appear before ye, ere the cruel sentence comes to execution.
If you deny them this, it may be ill represented to the king.
I fear, my lord, you are staggering.
Nephew, be silent and be safe. They shall have their will, but to no purpose. Only a moment's short delay. For I have sworn, and he shall die. Guard, bring here the prisoner.
I thank the governor.
Oh, spare thy thanks, till thou hast real cause. The law, the statute's plain, and he must die for it. There is no remedy.
Enter, brought in by the guards, Pallanti, Claremont, Luccasia, and Eugenio.
Oh, son!
Palante!
Pardon me, sirs. I have too much tenderness upon my soul already, too many clogs that drag it downwards. Oh, forgive me, if I beg ye would not add more weight to death.
Madam, 'twere more becoming your quality and modesty to be at home. Thou dost but ill return thy father's care.
I have no father, nor ever had that I remember, but born and destined for an outcast wretch, and cursed to ruin a most noble husband. Oh, he was the pride of the Sicilian youth, and glory of the world. But he is dead, or doomed to die, and that's alike distracting.
Heaven bless thee, thou mirror of thy sex, that in the sea of thy transcendent virtues drown'st all thy father's malice, and in my thought redeem'st more than thy race can lose.
Lord Euphanes, what end had you in this, in bringing here the criminals?
To move your mercy was my end, but wolves and tigers know not what pity means.
Forbear reproach, and hear me. I'll stand it to the king, and all the world. Here is an heiress stole, the worst of robberies. He is condemned by the law. He fell to the judgment of the law. I surrender him. Guards, carry on the prisoners.
Oh, cruel sentence! Hear me, sir.
Away with them.
Stay yet a little, thou most imperious governor, for I will be heard.
Thou? What art thou?
My name is Heiress. Lord Pyrrho knows me.
Ha!
Thou tremblest, Lord Heir, that you have condemned these noble friends, and hunt their lives for a mere trifle, sentenced to death a man for loving and being loved. Here a black deed will start your soul with horror, and make you own the crime before ye nothing.
What means the fellow?
Nay, 'tis not a frown can stop me, nor will my fate be long. Know then, this lord gave out his son Eugenio died at Rome, but he was well, and in this city.
How sayest thou?
Proceed, dear Iris.
First stop Lord Pyrrho, for my story will not please him. I say Eugenio lived, which when I discovered to that trembling lord, he bribed me with 1,000 crowns to poison him. Here's the agreement under his own hand, and here's a letter from Eugenio to his father, which denotes that he was poisoned and dying.
Let me see it. Ah, 'tis his hand.
Aside.
Wretch that I am, is my dissembled grief turned to true sorrow? Were my acted tears but prophecies of my ensuing woe? And is he dead? Oh, pardon me, dear ghost of my Eugenio. 'Twas my crimes that called this hasty vengeance from above, and shortened thus thy life. For whilst with fallacies I sought to fasten wealth upon our house, I brought a cannibal to be the grave of me and mine. Base, bloody, murdering lord.
Vile cozener, cheater, and dissembler. Now indeed we are both caught.
Oh, cruel man! Now see the justice of offended heaven. Thou who pursuest the poor Palante's life with so much violence, thou now must feel the weight of a son's loss.
This will prove a tragedy indeed. Away with the prisoners. Your trial's next, Lord Pyrrho.
I do confess.
Hold! Is there no means left to save them? Would not you know, Lord Gravello, give your daughter freely to Palante?
More willingly than I would live another hour.
Oh, you are kind too late. Had you been thus when need required, you had saved yourself and me, and both our hapless sons.
Oh, nephew, my propter still in cruelty. Now thou thyself must feel the rigour of the law.
Now ye behold the good from bad, which naught but this extremity has shewn. Yet all be safe. Eugenio lives, and fair Lucatia is no heiress now.
How?
Lives?
Yes, lives to call thee brother, worthy Palante, and thou, my dear Lucatia, sister.
Throws off his disguise.
Oh, Iris, Eugenio, Palante, where am I?
Oh, Lucatia, Claremont, my friend, my love, my wife.
Pardon me, ye most afflicted sufferers, that I thus long have kept myself concealed. My end was honest, to let my father see the frailty, I will not call it by a harder name, of Count Pyrrho, the son he coveted so eagerly, to raise the storms to their most dreadful height, that calms and peace might be more pleasing.
I see it was Eugenio, and thou Palante. Now, my son, give me thy hand. Here take thy wife, and for the wrong that I intended thee, thy portion shall be double.
Oh, I am overpaid. Lucatia and my friend secured. This is the work of heaven, and O ye gracious powers, I thank ye for it.
Joy rises from my heart, and with unutterable transports stops my speech. Thus once again let me embrace thee.
And has a father nothing from a son?
And old Alfonso, too, expects a welcome.
Oh, take me, father, brother, friend, Lucatia. There's the sum of all.
Sure such hours as these give us a taste of immortality.
My lord Euphanus, I hope all enmity is now forgot betwixt our houses.
Let it be ever so. I do embrace your love. But speak, Eugenio, what hast thou to ask? Whose timely care prevented our undoing?
My lord, you have a virtuous niece, for whom I long have sighed. I beg your leave to own my flame.
She's yours. I've often heard her praise Eugenio, and all things else within my power command. My lord the governor, you alone seem sad.
I am not so at your good fortune, but that my nephew, whom I have found so base, urged me to such cruelty. Begone, and hide thy ignominious head, for I will never see thee more.
No matter, I am free, and will enjoy myself in spite of all mankind.
Exit.
However this my care shall do, I will solicit earnestly the king to mitigate this cruel law, and make the thefts of love admit of pardon. Who have we here? They seem to rejoice too.
Enter Lyric, singing. Francisco, Lavinia, Sancho, and Tristram.
Ha, ha, hey, what? Everybody enjoy. Good news, coz. Palante come off safe. My pretty niece pleased here, and son-in-law, Francisco, just received a certain information of an uncle's death that has left him, let me see, aye, enough to please me.
Nay, hold. Everybody is not so well pleased neither. I am melancholy. I came hither to see the execution, but I see no body has occasion to be hanged but myself, for I have lost my mistress. Faith I have, Tristram. What account shall I give to my father of this match?
Fackins, master, I cannot tell.
Then Lavinia is a pure virgin still, for all the tricks she played. Faith she is. Was it not a sly one, ha, brother?
I know nothing of the matter.
Cousin, I wish you joy, as large a share as I possess, and fate itself can give no more.
I am doubly blessed to see you happy.
And I have nothing left to wish.
Come, my Lucatia, now we are blessed. Let us retire, and give a loose to raptures yet unknown. Virtue survives through all the turns of fate. Let not impatient man think mercy late, for heaven does still the justest side regard, and virtuous lovers always meet reward.
End of Act 5. The Epilogue. Spoke by Sancho.
You have seen what scholar is in cap and gown, before his breeding's polished by this town. 'Tis not enough that he can Hebrew speak, Greek, Latin, Chaldaic, and Arabic. He may perform his task in church and school, ne'er drop a word that is not grammar rule. Run through the arts, can each degree commence, yet be a freshman still to men of sense. Though the learned youth can all the sages quote, has Homer, Hesiod, and the rest by rote, yet what's all this to piquet, dress, or play, or to the circle on a visiting day. A finished beau, for such fine things I have seen, that heretofore has of some college been, but that despising nothing now retains, for learning is a thing requires brains, and that's a perquisite the gentleman disdains. The great dull ass from breaking head of Priscian, hither he comes, and writes approved physician. The noise of chariot brings the patients in, grant them patience that physic for their sin. Well then, since learning's useless, I'll the task defy, practise to ogle, flatter, swear, and lie. For that's the way the ladies' hearts to gain. Burn all my books, my studies are but vain. To gain their looks, each shape and dress I'll try, smile when they smile, and when they frown, I die.
End of The Stolen Heiress, or The Salamanca Doctor Outplotted, by Susanna Centlivre.